I figured it was time for a brand new DC update. The reason I haven't been here for the past week and a half or so is Thursday, not this past week, but the week prior, I actually got COVID again, and this one knocked me down pretty good. So yesterday, or actually the day before yesterday, was the first day I was actually able to get back to work and actually do some voiceovers for my business. And I've been trying to get caught up, but I was down for a week, and it wasn't pretty. I think what I had back in January was not COVID, but was probably just a normal cold. But this time I actually got tested because we had a bunch of people coming over last Saturday, and I didn't want anybody to get sick. And my test did come back as positive and knocked me down pretty good. But I am back. So in this video, and it was actually a good time to get sick because there hasn't been a whole lot of information that has come out over the last week and a half, but I do have some interesting things I want to talk about today. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Batgirl movie that is going to be on HBO Max coming up this year, actually. They did announce that it will debut in December, and it is going to be a direct follow-up to the Flash movie. So you should be able to watch it like one long movie almost, and the events that happen in the Flash are going to definitely trail into the Batgirl movie. So that has been officially confirmed as of this morning, and that's what kind of got me to get in here and finally do a video. Along with that, everybody knows not Ben Affleck, but Michael Keaton is back to play Batman in the Batgirl movie, and he's been teasing some interesting things on his Twitter account. He posted a picture the other day of just the Batman shadow in the middle of the daytime, which personally I think is goofy. Batman is meant to be out there at night, but to get the shadow, that's what he did, and he posted it on there, and everybody's going wild. Personally, I'm not excited for a 70-year-old Batman, but hey, if that's what people want, the money will show, the streams will show. Now, what's funny is they've never even released the streaming numbers for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and everybody's talking about a lot of these other things being much better. Peacemaker had its finale. I will be doing a review on the entire, what my thoughts were on the entire run of Peacemaker here coming up shortly. But people were saying that was a greater success than Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is total bullcrap because they've never released the numbers for Zack Snyder's Justice League. All we know is, the head of HBO Max did call it a global phenomenon. So it did do quite well. And I'm going to have some stuff to follow up on with that whole thing. So Twitter's interesting. Twitter just announced that Zack Snyder is the GOAT of Twitter, which I thought was really funny. He is the greatest of all time. He gets the official GOAT, symbol to go by his name because of how many people tweet about Zack Snyder. Like this past year, it was incredible. His numbers were off the charts, amazing. So people are definitely talking about Zack Snyder and Zack Snyder's Justice League, as well as his Rebel Moon series that will be coming up on Netflix next year. Now that leads me to the last story that I want to talk about, and this is quite interesting. So Deadline, which is a very respectable entertainment outlet, did come out and basically confirm that David Zaslav has had talks and has had meetings with Ben Affleck, Christopher Nolan, and Zack Snyder. Now, Deadline's not usually wrong about these things, but it is being reported by them that there have been active talks with all three of those individuals, with David Zaslav personally, and Warner Media going forward. And it was announced that that whole deal will be finalized by March 17th of this year. So we've got less than a month. And Warner Brothers will no longer be in charge of DC properties. It will be David Zaslav and the Discovery team. I'm anticipating some big announcements as soon as that happens. I fully expect that we will hear this speculation on my part now at this stage that we will hear that they'll make an announcement for Man of Steel 2, and there could be some changes to the Flash movie as well as the Batgirl movie. Who knows what's going to happen? Or they may let those things play out and have a redo later on. If the Flash can go back and have Batman get killed and bring in Michael Keaton, things can certainly be undone in a future movie where he does some time travel. So Whatever is done by the Flash movie will not be permanent, by any means, or could be changed in the future. So I still have hopes that Ben Affleck will come back. I know a lot of people said, he's not coming back. He said he's done with these IP characters, but he never said he was done with Batman. And if there are talks with David Zaslav, they've got the money to be able to bring these individuals back and finish what they started. I don't care what they do going forward, but I do want, Justice League 2 and 3, and I want to see Zack Snyder's vision played out. So I expect Man of Steel 2 to be announced, and they haven't said anything about the Green Lantern series or the Gotham City, the GCPD show that was going to be on HBO Max. Those things are still not being talked about. So there could be some big changes coming up. And David, I think, has a good bead on what is going on and what the audience wants. And he has been listening and seeing what's been going on all these different social media platforms. And I guarantee you he is taking notes. So this is going to turn out incredibly good for all of us that want to see this played out this way, or it's going to turn out to be a complete disaster. And if that's the case, people are going to be turning away from these DC properties in droves. I'm about ready to stop buying the comic books because there's no joke. I picked up, I'm finally getting caught up on the stories I haven't read over the last year, and I picked up Detective Comics. I can't remember the number off the top of my head. I've actually thought about doing a video and actually thumbing through it to show you guys, but nothing but advertisements for people of color, gay people, and there's not a single normal ad in DC Comics at this current stage. And they're looking at killing off the Justice League in the comic books here coming up next month. So I don't know where they're going to go with the regular titles, but if they start tinkering around with who's playing what character, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm just done with the whole thing. If this is what DC wants to do, that's their prerogative, but they're turning away from their core fans. And Warner Brothers has done that for years, and that could be corrected here coming up pretty soon. So we're going to see what happens going forward, but I am looking forward to whatever's going to be announced shortly after that March 17th date, so look for that. Now, the Batman premiere does happen this week coming up on Friday. I will be seeing a special fan first showing on Wednesday, and I will have my review up that night. So you guys can look for that review early Thursday morning, but I will be posting it and have it go live as soon as I am done with that review on Wednesday night when I get back. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping the movie's good. I really still don't like Robert Pattinson in the role. He was just on Jimmy Kimmel the other day, and he's a skinny little twig. I just don't see him being the big menace that he is supposed to be. He can still be brutal and beat people up. I mean, people do that with karate all the time who are smaller, but not the Batman I want to see on film, that's for sure. But, the movie may end up being great. It could end up being terrible. I don't know. I will have my honest review up. Batman is my favorite character, and I will have a lot to say. So look for that review coming up Wednesday night. All right, I do appreciate it. What are your guys' thoughts on everything that's going on? Are you excited? Are you nervous? What do you expect to see happen? Comment below. And if you haven't, like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you will be notified as I have new videos go up. All right, we'll see you guys on the Peacemaker review as well as the Batman review coming up shortly. And then next week at some point, I will do another DC update if there's some information. All right, we'll see you guys on the next video.